welcome.
It's Wednesday.
It is Wednesday. Again.
Wacky Wednesday.
Here we are. It's crazy how quick it becomes Wednesday.
Oh my God, yes it is. It's like I blink and it's Wednesday again.
And then it's Wednesday, and it's crazy how quick it becomes 3:30.
I know. Wednesday. It's
yeah,
just...
we had all these plans of things that we were going to do today, like every other day. And here we are with only...
Yeah. You know what I've determined? If it's not raining, we should not plan on getting anything done.
I did get a little bit done yesterday. You are not wrong.
I got a lot of things checked off my list yesterday because
even working at home, I got more done when it was raining.
Something about that makes me more productive, or
you don't want to be out doing other things.
I guess maybe my mind doesn't wander. I don't know.
Gross. It was very gross yesterday for sure.
I definitely got a lot of stuff done, and we did have people come in.
We did,
and
but not maybe as many as when it's
people don't brave the.
I mean, sprinkling's one thing, but the torrential downpour
was crazy.
Whole nother story.
I know.
Yeah, I went down to get my lunch. They didn't have anything I wanted. When I went down, it was just really just a really light sprinkle, and so I had them bake me something.
Yeah,
and they were like, yeah, about 30 minutes. Yeah, about 20 minutes later, whoosh.
Yeah,
and I had to run in the rain. Thank goodness I did bring my umbrella in that day, or
yeah.
I think I would have been an absolute drowned rat for the rest of the day.
It's so perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you happy?
I am totally happy. Yeah.
Thanks, Mom.
Not breezy enough that I think that.
No, I'm not getting any. No, I'm not getting any over here.
I got my own little personal fan sticking out of the machine over here, and it says "I love OESD." It was from the event.
From our event, my mom won it,
Mm-hmm.
and gifted it to Sarah.
And she gifted it for me. I got it for my birthday, and I'm loving it.
Yep.
Yep.
I thought it said something else. Is it just the one?
I think it just says OESD. It does.
Not that there's anything wrong with
it. It does kind of move around.
I was thinking it said something else. But I guess not.
I don't think so. If you're wondering what I'm staring at, it's the lights on the fan.
So it's got like lights in the fan pedal, whatever you want to call it. Blades? Blades? That's the word I was looking for.
I like that fan pedal.
Fan pedals.
Yeah.
I mean, I got to say, those looked more like pedals than blades.
Yes.
They were soft and yes.
So I'm easily distracted. All right.
Merry in August. Exactly.
Yes.
Because we didn't really do a Christmas in July.
We did not.
We're going to do Christmas in the beginning of August. How about it?
Yes.
So this Quilty Little Christmas
so cute.
Is absolutely adorable.
And very doable. It's a much smaller project.
There's multiple small. So, maybe you don't like all of them. You just want to do one little bit. Fine. Absolutely. Sounds perfect. Maybe you want to do it all. It still is a little more doable just because it's smaller steps, I guess. So we did print out the complete materials guide. Hi, Mom. She's very happy.
I am tickled pink.
But tickled not turning pink is the ideal situation here. But yeah, there's a cutting guide for each individual project.
Yes.
But if you're planning to do all of them and you bought the fabric kit or you're thinking of buying the fabric kit, there is a guide that will cut everything.
Yes.
So that you don't accidentally cut
too big of a piece.
A piece that's then going to make it so that you can't get another piece out of it that you needed. So
yeah. So so delightful, because it's a project that has multiple little projects that are all kind of using the same fabrics. You've got the cutting charts for the individual projects, but then they were gracious enough to give us like a master cutting sheet.
A master that cuts for everything with the larger pieces of fabric. So if you aren't planning to buy the fabric bundle, so you have everything.
Right.
Because you're just planning, I just want to do that one.
Right.
And
I'm
going to use my stash. Then you would cut to the individual project.
Right.
If you're planning to do the whole thing, you want to make sure that you print that list. And it is not what's in the main instructions. It's a separate piece.
Yes.
But it is available in there. So just a little tip. It's
Yes.
easy to miss that.
Exactly.
And again, it's also easy to cut somewhere and you're like, oh, I wasn't supposed to cut that there.
Yep.
Because I needed that length for something else.
And we didn't talk about this, but what we did with Oh So Delightful is when we sent everybody the notification that their kits was here, we attached that file. I think we should do the same thing this time with just a little, hey, just FYI.
Just a reminder, if you're planning to do all of it,
here's
you
the
want to
master
use this
file.
one.
Yes.
Yep. I think
that's another way of
mental note.
Yes.
Anybody listening? My mental notes don't last very long.
Why isn't my phone listening now? It's usually so helpful.
Too funny. So one of the really neat, little bit different things about this particular project is that it has some prints in there. So I don't know that they've ever done that before. I can't think of anything that they've done. Now, have you been able to print something?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's images of whatever. But the actual prints are part of the PDF. Let's see if we can. Oh.
Okay, we're back. See, the internet thing is only on one bar.
That's fun.
And I am hardwired in. So hopefully everyone
says we're still green. So hopefully that means everybody is still there. Hopefully you can see and hear.
Yep.
Looks got like 2 bars back up.
Yeah, we had a little bit of a
little glitch there.
An internet, okay. So on our end, it looks like it's good again. We totally apologize for that.
So sorry.
I think that was just an absolute quirk that it happened at the exact same time that I
put my hand up and it goes
zooming
bye. You
Frozen
can.
for a
Perfect.
few, please
Thank
repeat.
you.
Okay,
All right. Thanks. So these are the some samples that we used with the print. So this one here was actually printed on our print moda. So this is actually fabric that we printed directly to. So, and then Sarah so graciously did a little border for us.
Zoomed in pretty good on that.
Look at that. So again, this was done on the print moda, which is the fabric printer that we have here. And yes, of course, if you are interested in that, those are available for purchase. But this was done with the print moda. Now, is there another way you could do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. This was super easy.
Yep.
And it's fabric, so it's still staying with the same hand of all of the other things that we're doing.
Right.
You certainly could print these on paper and then frame them. So, I mean, there's other things that you could do for sure. And you could even frame them with paper.
Yeah.
You know, cut some, if you're a scrapbooker or whatever, you could mat something and put it on a mat or whatnot. So there's certainly some other things that you can do. So there's a total of 3 prints. There's the Mary, Mary, Mary stitching. And then there is the 2 different stamps, which are over here. There's the kind of Christmassy color with a tree kind of silhouetted.
Yeah.
Is that the right word?
Yeah.
In the middle. And then there's the really cute gingerbread girl in the center there. That particular piece is actually an OESD table runner that we she did sew it together. I wasn't sure what she did. I knew we talked about lots of things, but I hadn't actually really hadn't felt it up yet. But so these we actually printed onto our sublimation printer and then pressed them into the table runner. So this particular product is polyester.
Yes.
Which is why we chose that versus so many other options. You do want to sublimate with a polyester, basically not cotton. So it could be ceramics, it could be all kinds of things. You could make cute little coasters with the stamp, so that would be absolutely darling.
Right.
You could do all kinds of different things, but with the sublimation, you do need it to be not a cotton material.
Right.
Which, of course, all of our quilting cottons are cotton.
Yeah,
so
most of the stuff we have in the store is cotton.
Right.
We're like,
I read every package, I think, in the store today.
Yeah.
Until I finally...
What are you?
No. Oh, well, you're cotton. Oh, you're 100% cotton. Okay, guess we're not going to use you. So those were printed on special paper using special ink and then transferred onto that. So when we were looking at it, so we've got a little sleeve up here that you could put, you know, through your garden flag post.
Yeah.
And she did sew it together so it's not flopping out, you know, it won't flop in the wind kind of thing. But with that same table runner,
Yep.
we looked at it. You could make a standard tote. You could make like a landscape tote. You could do an actual table runner and just put something on each end or something down the center.
Right.
So that particular blank had a lot of possibilities of what we could do.
Yeah, those stamps going across like a table runner and all the way around would be
absolutely
really
darling.
cute.
Absolutely. So that is, again, sublimated, and I'm sure it will shock all of you to hear that. You can buy a sublimation printer here if maybe you already have one, and that is how we chose to show using those prints.
Yeah.
So again, you can print them on paper, frame
Absolutely.
them, and add, you know, if you're doing a wall display, that kind of thing, you can certainly do that.
We can absolutely send you a link to the printers.
Absolutely.
Yes. All right, so let's see.
See if unzooming. Look at that.
I can program a position, and I hit the position, and it went right back to where
Boom,
it was.
it said.
Look at that, I learned something.
You go, girl. I didn't learn anything today, just in case anybody was wondering. I didn't learn a darn thing.
Oh my goodness, technology, right?
It's crazy.
Okay, so yes, we can 100% do that. We need to remember to send Marilyn information on the printer, and we need to remember to attach the files. So if I keep saying those things out loud, then I will remember them.
Maybe, right?
All right, so
so are the kits in?
Yes.
So they we actually have all of our fabrics ready to go, but the actual product hasn't been released
the
yet.
designs and
The
the
designs and the
embellishment kits.
embellishments have not been released yet. So it is coming. It will be coming very, very soon. But unfortunately, it's not ready to go home. This was kind of a, look how cool this is, in case anybody didn't really realize what it was
that you were getting
in the bundle, because it looks like, you know, maybe mini quilts or something like that. So we just thought we would kind of go over a little bit more what was in there, and we're going to stitch one of the blocks. They're not super large blocks, which means, you know, that sense of completion is we get there faster, which is nice.
Yeah.
We all like that. And again, there's multiple projects within the large overhead of Quilty Christmas.
Yep.
So those were just a couple ideas of what you could do with some prints. But again, you could do many other things as well.
Yes. So shall we start stitching?
I think
Let's
we
start
shall.
stitching and we can keep chatting. All right. So let's change this.
That was all fancy too.
I know, right?
You are just got your fancy pants on today.
Fancy pants on.
All right. So
They're really comfortable.
Hey, whatever works, man. So I went ahead and stitched the squaring stitch, which is going to tell us where to place that. So I do have a quilting pattern programmed, which is what we're doing first, is the background quilting, and then we will build the block on top of that. So just prior to, I have no-show mesh, standard, non-fusible. In the hoop, we're in a 5x7 hoop. I did the placement line. This is just the tack down for the batting.
Yep. All right. So Pam is asking, does the printer work only on fabric, or can it print on paper too? It will print on anything that you can get in that paper tray.
So all of my instructions were printed on the same printer.
Yep, it will print on a variety of different things.
So there's actually two trays.
Yeah.
There's the tray that has the fabric roll in it, and then there's a standard tray, regular paper tray. It is sideways to what you're used to, so it's 11.5 wide. So the paper goes in landscape.
Yep.
Very, very early on when we first got it, I printed out a label that just says top, and I put it right inside the tray. So if you're loading something and you needed to know what side was the top of the paper, it's amazing how many times you need to know that. And if you don't do it all the time, you don't remember.
Right.
So I just literally put a sign literally right inside of the pardon. All right. So again, this is just standard batting. And my background for this particular square is green, which is why I have the green in, but it also helps you guys see what we're doing a little better.
And didn't the so the fabric printer price, the fabric, it just went down, right? Do you remember what the price is?
$799.
$799
versus
it was
$899, and when it first came out it was $999. So we're back at the machine. If I were at home, I would skip this stitch because I know where to put things. But since, you know, we're stitching for you guys, we'll follow the steps.
In case this is your first Kimberbell.
Just in case you haven't done this before.
Right.
So this is the placement line for our background fabric, which is 1/4 of an inch outside of the batting, which is a total of a 1/2 inch bigger all the way around.
Yes.
So a little fuzzy.
And the sublimation printer, I believe is
$399.
$400 ish. And the ink is actually pretty reasonable as well. So
it is very reasonable, as is the paper.
Yeah.
So as I mentioned, it is a specialty paper and ink for the sublimation.
Right.
The fabric printer is not. It's a standard ink, and it works. The glare on that, I thought it skipped stitches. I was like, oh no, but all right, is that color good enough?
I believe so.
Okay. So we are using color 950 in the exquisite line, which is the avocado color. And this is just a cute little wavy pattern. It kind of looks like the outside of a stamp.
Yeah, and this is a Kimberbell design.
These are Kimberbell. We will have quilting files available for ours.
We haven't finished them yet, so.
They are not done yet, so we're going to use Kimberbells because that's where I'm at in life.
Yeah. So if you pre-order our Quilty Little Christmas bundle, you will get free background quilting designs for all of the projects. They will be sized appropriately for the designs. That will come free for anybody who purchases it before
it's released.
It's in stock. So we're still in the pre-order part right now. It is not HP inkjet ink because it's a Brother printer.
It's made by Brother, but it is Brother inkjet ink for the print Moda.
Yeah.
Again, the sublimation is specialty.
And it's
ink.
Brother sublimation.
It is still Brother, but it is a specialty ink. It is not a standard ink. Okay, so that is literally, I didn't get a white.
Everything we need for the background.
It is. So I think we can do pink because it's going to be outside. So let's
that makes sense.
Pink in there.
Right now it is on the, I think we're doing the fabric placement again because that's part of the design.
That is the center.
Oh, is that the center?
Stamp.
Okay, so pink. Gotcha. All right. So
there was method there.
I figured there was. I just wasn't following him. The sublimation printer thing, maybe we can ask Tucker if she can bring in her samples and we can show them next week.
Well, the gift that we have the Minky, she made Hayden a thing. It's on his desk.
Oh, is it? I did not know that.
Did you bring Hayden's little
Minky thing that you made for him that you printed on the sublimation?
Is it still here? Cool. So the sublimation, again, it can't be onto cotton, but it can be on almost anything else as long as you can iron to it.
This is just
so this is so stinking cute. So this is, again, Minky fabric, and it is well, the lighting over here really blows. We got to work on that. Is it just me, or is it really hard to see that?
It's actually not too
it's
bad.
Not as bad
on the
as
screen
it.
Here.
The shadow is it the shadow on the screen?
It's not as bad.
So,
no.
Okay, so this is printed. So if you know, there's like texture, and it printed so smoothly, you can't even tell, where those
right.
Where
it
those
looks
are.
like pre-printed.
It looks like
fabric.
pre-printed Minky fabric, and then she backed it and stuffed it. So just this little guy sits on his desk.
Yeah.
It's so freaking cute. So sublimation, you can do almost anything with.
Right.
I mean, I've done shirts, we've done coasters, so many different things. So keychains, we did keychains. Gosh, what else have I done? Mouse pads. So many different things. So we have another squaring stitch. This is our placement line for the center part. This is another background. It's said to put fusible backing on every piece of fabric. I did not put it on the little gift box lid. I'll let you know if that was a mistake. I don't like trimming those
Yeah.
with the backing on them. This one needs it because otherwise you would totally see the green through. I mean, it would this one absolutely needs it. So we'll see. We do have pink thread in because the final outside stitch of this is pink. So that is why I have pink thread in instead of a cream.
I'm wondering if the reason that
Is how many stitches are
is
going
how
in
many
there.
stitches. Yeah, solid fabric is
got a
typically
different
a
weave.
little bit wider weave. And I have had fabric actually just
Split. Yeah.
because of that. So you'll know when we're done with.
And that's probably why, is because there's
The gift
solids
box,
and,
yeah.
and whatnot in there, but I guess
We're
see.
gonna try it out.
We'll see. So here we are. I have, again, a fusible backing on, this is the coconut cream solid, and it definitely needs to be on this fabric for sure. Does it say to trim, or am I not supposed to be trimming? I'm probably not supposed to be trimming. Such a habit. We're going to let the stitches go before I trim anymore.
Oh yeah, because it's doing a whole bunch
because
of stuff
it's going to
on
have
the
a whole bunch
inside.
of stuff in there and I don't want it to pull. So don't do that. See what happens when we talk and then I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing.
So it's doing the placement for the red
Glitter,
right.
Which this one can stay pink, but we'll need to change it before we tack it.
Right, because it's going to have a big red satin stitch around it. So
go reds.
Where did that go? Okay.
I'm going to use this one because then I have something to hang on to.
Okay.
All right. When we are using glitter, we are going to need to change that though.
Okay.
The tack down is going to show. You do want to make sure that you are using whatever red. The tack down on your glitter is going to show. So we want to take off the plastic topping of our glitter so that we have no plastic on there. And then we're going to cover up that placement line and with red thread in, tack that down. So again, this does technically show, it's going to get covered up, but
yeah, there's a giant
usually it
red.
doesn't always have a giant red. Okay, do you want to rip?
Yes, I do.
So it does tell you to trim. I have totally lost that page wherever the heck it is. So this is, again, it's got a double tack down, so there's a construction stitch around there. You could trim, but why?
Right.
When you have...
You can really just pull towards the center and it will peel off. This is much easier to do. I think I just reset the design with my elbow.
Oh, that's always fun.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be us if it went perfect 100% of the way through. So she looked away when she reset that square in it. Okay, so that tearing is a really nice, easy way to do. Do I need more?
No, but I'm wondering, I think we want to tap that with an iron.
I do too. I was totally agreeing. I don't have, I have fabric we can throw over it, but I don't have an iron over here.
All right. You got a little, I got fabric over there. I'm just going to take it to the big iron. I think
so we're going to just run to our iron and we're going to press over that. When you are pressing on glitter, you want to make sure that you are not directly on the glitter. You want to use some sort of a pressing cloth over top of it so that your iron is not hitting the glitter itself. And it's going to be not very long, just about maybe 10 seconds. She's got a regular iron and we're in a 5x7 hoop. So she's having to be really careful that she doesn't melt the hoop. So it's going to take her just a half a second longer than it normally would. What size and are most of the blocks in this design? So it's a good question. Some of the bigger ones are still in a 5x7 hoop, maybe a 6x10 with quilting. So depending upon whether you're pre-quilting or not. This one finishes out 4.5 by, not this one, the one I'm looking at, 4.5 by 6.5. This one finished that we are stitching finishes to 4.5 by 4.5. I have one that's 2.5 by 6.5. Let's see. This one, 4.5 by 6.5. And that is, I think, one of the bigger ones, isn't it? The letterbox. Yeah, I think 4.5 by 6.5 is like the largest. A lot of 4x4s. And then there's the border that we actually already stitched. That is, where is my, this one here. We'll kind of talk about that one in here just a couple minutes. So I did do that one here earlier today. And
Is this the placement line for the top?
for the top, yep. So did I not bring that, or do you have that?
I put,
It's already in. God bless me. Woo, okay.
you were talking, so I just went ahead and
Go, girl. She's got this. She's got her fancy pants on, and she's running in them, man.
it's because they're comfortable.
So this is kind of a little bit different color green. So I've kind of played with a couple different thread colors.
I like that one.
This particular one is called Money, so you can't really go wrong with that. And it is color number 963. I'm going to now, I'm on the page that I want
You're
to
going to
be.
trim that. And
I
then
am
put
going
the
to
red
try, I'm like,
back in.
let me look before I say that. I am going to remove the excess off of this guy here.
And I'm putting red thread back in because now it's going to do the present. So we're using 187. It's kind of a nice
Cherry.
Christmas red.
It's a little bit deeper versus brighter, which I personally like. Hence my choice. You left me to choose colors, so
I didn't show that you trimming either. Sorry.
that's okay.
See, you complimented me and I fell apart like a cheap suit.
Because you didn't make that suit. You got your fancy pants on. You don't need the cheap suit. All right. So this is, again, going to do a nice heavy satin stitch around the outside edge. So I guess you probably, as long as it covers it well, you wouldn't necessarily have to change threads when you're piecing these down.
And the reason you wanted to press that down is because of all of these satin stitches. If you hadn't done it, what would happen is it can perforate, but sometimes it also poofs in the center.
Yep.
So
and you get a little bubble.
Yep.
And unless you're making snowdrifts out of white glitter,
yes,
you don't usually want the poof.
No.
Snowdrifts are kind of nice, like a roof
Yep.
that has some white glitter on it. Maybe it's a good plan not to fuse.
Right.
But that is probably the only one I can
And
think of.
Mir, are there pre-quilting designs included or must they be purchased separately?
So if you order the bundle from us, they'll be included.
Right.
They'll be
Our
ours.
versions.
If you are ordering just one piece versus ordering the bundle, they do have to be purchased separately, whether you're purchasing ours or someone else's, Kimberbell's.
Yeah.
They are separate purchase.
Yes, they do not come.
But we will include them for free if you buy the bundle.
Yes.
If you pre-order, buy the bundle.
Yep.
And now we're going back to that beautiful green. We're going to money. Money. All right. So we're going to swap out colors.
People must think we're nuts.
Well, we are. So they aren't wrong. It's just not. Sorry. I know I'm totally in your way.
It's buzzing a little, isn't it?
It's, yeah, that. I like the look of the solid. It's not my favorite fabric to use, but I do like the way it looks.
They do fray a little easier.
Yeah. We are going to come back to this, so I guess I don't need to seal that up. So we can switch to a lighter green there if you think you'd like a lighter green.
We can go back to like the quilting green. Sure, for the holly leaf.
For the leaves, if you want.
We are using a 5x7 hoop right now. You know, one of these days you're going to sew through your finger and we're going to be live.
It's bound to happen. I have chipped, like broken a nail.
Nail?
I've gotten that close.
Close, yeah.
But I hit the screw.
Right.
It's not usually the actual needle. It's the foot or the screw that I get smacked with.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a gap in the middle.
Yep. You see that too,
It is
right?
intended to be there, just FYI, as you're stitching this, because there's going to be like a ribbon. And
Yep.
they don't want the thread to show and have funky bumps.
Because it's a fancy present.
And you don't put bows on all of your presents.
I don't even wrap my presents.
So I used to put bows on everything. Well, the
Yeah.
kids don't care.
Right.
I mean, let's get real. I always put bows on my parents because the moms do care and they actually appreciate the extra effort.
Right.
So does my dad, as a matter of fact. So we're gonna
Go
swap
back to
greens
avocado.
instead of keeping
9.
that. So it's going to stitch some holly leaves in the corner,
This is 950.
and we're gonna put the money away, pull out the avocados.
Which ironically do cost money.
They do, don't they? Especially if they have become guacamole.
They get more expensive.
They get more expensive when they become guacamole.
I don't like guacamole, so I don't buy avocados or guacamole.
I don't do a lot of guacamole. I can do a little bit. I never order it, but if it came on the side
Something, yeah.
of something, I will. Yep. So your other option would be to use that lighter green as, and I didn't like the way that it was
that green,
too
yeah.
off for me. And you could use the money color on everything as well. So if you
Right.
don't like, we might not like the 2-color look, who knows? But it kind of ties in your background color a little bit as well, which is kind of nice. So it's going to do another set of those over here. So Pam is asking, is everything that we have in the hoop fabric except for the red glitter? That is correct. There is no leather in this particular square. We don't have the embellishment kit either, so I'm not 100%. I didn't go through all of the instructions and everything. So there very well may be.
I don't have that. I was going to say I have the picture of the embellishment kit on my computer.
I have the embellishment cutting things here, so that should say, right?
Probably.
All right, embellishments. There's velveteen, there's glitter, and there's felt. There are some buttons that are included. There's some rhinestones.
Yeah, I think they put rhinestones on top of the holly berries.
Holly berries. Yeah, there's some red. And then berries in a Christmas tree and berries in the gingerbread are what your rhinestones are going to be. Those are 4mm. And then there's a couple different buttons. There's an envelope front and back button. There's a pink heart button. There's a stamp button, a star button, a green heart button. There is some pink satin ribbon for the bow on the mailbox and velveteen for stamp in a Christmas tree, and then red glitter. I think that's all of the embellishments. So no leather anywhere in this project set.
We're doing the little berries. We went back to that same red.
Holly berry.
Yep.
And I was just going to leave the same red for the others.
Yeah.
Okay. I just love holly leaves. I have no idea why, but I've always, like, my favorite Christmas cookie cutter is a holly leaf. I draw them on things.
We have a holly tree.
Do you?
Mm-hmm. We had one at the other house, and it had just started to sort of take off as we were moving. And so did I hit the screen again?
No, you
nope,
got
I
the
hit my
fan.
fan this time. And so I was worried that, like, we wouldn't have a place for it. And there was one when we got there.
How about that?
Yeah.
So this is a stamp that we're creating. So there's a little 25-cent little guy in the corner here. We are staying with red. We again are using 187 of the exquisite line.
Yep. And then we're going to do the bow. And then I think that's when we're supposed to finish trimming
Yeah, I was going to do the same color pink for both of those. Are you good with that?
I'm totally good with that.
Okay, I mean, this color definitely looks
The same.
the same.
Yeah, I'm good with that. Any, you already answered that question, right? Any tulle or mylar?
There does not appear to be any tulle or mylar. The only fabric type embellishments that there is some felt, and there is the red glitter, and there is some velveteen. Everything else appears to be standard fabrics and then buttons and things like that that you would add on. So 3D embellishments after that. No tulle or mylar, it appears in this one. So I wasn't like sure if I wanted this. I mean, I knew I liked bits of it, but I was like, and then I saw like the whole thing and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I've always been a big Christmas, especially Christmas decor person. So I just think this is really cute. So this is pink. You could, of course, choose whatever shade pink that you want, or another color if you chose to.
Yeah. I need to Disney this up because that would be very cute in my
Oh, for
RV
sure.
for
Well, you could
Christmas,
just change out your fabric.
and put a little Mickey there.
Yeah.
It'd be very cute.
And you could even stitch, like make it bigger and stitch a little Mickey on it too.
Yeah.
A Christmas Mickey to
A
boot.
Christmas Mickey. Yeah.
You might have one of those.
I might.
You might not know, but you might have one of those.
Hi, Kathy.
Are you sure it's not Randy? I mean, it could be.
I don't know. I don't think Kathy's husband is hanging out watching us.
Hi, Kathy. I'm just messing
maybe.
with you. Sorry.
Yeah,
This is so cute.
it is very cute.
So we were like, which one are we going to do? I like this one. I like this one. And we ended up pretty much saying we liked all of them.
And
So-
we thought this one we could do in the 11th.
We were like, okay, this one will fit in our time allotment. So we're going to go with this one. All right. So the next and last stitch is going to be a super heavy stitch around that outside. I just dropped a thread. It hit my sleeve. So before we do that, I need to trim. Pretend that I just started trimming.
well, I don't know where it went.
I don't know either. It's
It
probably
must-
inside my chair's wheels or something. Because, hey, if you're going to do it right. What?
She said, I know, and she's gave a big old smiley face there.
What is it, that old adage, you know, if you're getting picked on, it just means they like you,
Yeah, that's right.
right? So you should go with that. Okay, so I have trimmed off that excess. This is really heavy.
Yes.
Do you think we're good?
Do you want to?
Do you think, should we try and let it get started and see what we think?
I think we should just put another layer of tearaway underneath
So
it.
what we're discussing is this is a very, very heavy. It's not just a standard satin. It's actually that scallopy kind of outside of the satin. So there, it's a very wide and heavy satin stitch. So we're discussing whether this is enough stabilizer. So we're actually, she's run over to grab a piece of heavy tearaway that we're just going to throw underneath and make sure that everything comes out perfectly, because that's the goal, right? So it's going to do that, and that is literally going to be the final stitch of this. So while she is having a really hard time finding a piece of tearaway, evidently, I'm just going to real quick talk about this beautiful little guy right here. So what this is one of the little border blocks, and you can see the squaring stitch in there. It's going to finish out at like 2.5 by 2.5, and your seam allowance is going to take you right up to the points of those stars. So this does have batting and then quilting in the background, and then there's applique pieces of fabric and then satin stitches that are covering all of that. And what you know, we were discussing, again, the same thing with it. This is a lot of heavy satin stitching. So it won't hurt when you have something that's got this much stitching going on to throw that piece of tearaway. So it's going to automatically perforate for you with
Nice and stiff.
all of those stitches. So she's adding that underneath.
Yep. And
and-
this is what we call floating.
We're not doing anything. We're not taping it anywhere. We're just
We just literally
tucked it underneath. So it's
Slid it
just
in.
stuck underneath there. As soon as it starts stitching, it
Just gonna grab it.
becomes part of it. It grabs hold of it, and then we go. So here is that exterior satin with a little extra going on. So it's pretty heavy stitch. You guys will see what we mean. And it says it's going to take like 9 minutes for this to stitch.
Yeah.
So what we were talking about is whether having, you know, the trimming of these, it wasn't challenging, but they're small.
Yeah.
So having that extra layer on there makes it even harder.
It does.
So it's not my preference, unless it's for show through, it's not my personal preference to have backing on something like this.
Right.
Unless you're using a cutter or something, and then they're going to already have just kind of fit in there.
Right.
But these are all done with solids.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be a bad thing to take that extra time and do that either. I did not. And I think everything's okay. But some of these satin stitches, you can really see it ate up the edges of that pretty well. So everything is intact. It didn't cut any holes, but it could have. So this is, again, the star border piece. And this is for the piece that's called, what is this called? Sending holiday wishes. So that is there. Wow. You all right?
Yep. It was doing this weird little lace thing down there, and I was like, we might have overreacted, but that was just the base
underlay.
layer. So we had a question. Pam asked, why did Kimberbell wait to trim the white piece until the end? It's a really good question.
And there's a really good answer.
Yes. So, again, we talked about these being a slightly looser weave fabric. So had we trimmed all the way around here and then we put all of this extra pressure on all of these pieces here, what happens is it wants to pull in. You know, when you trim really close to the edge here, it's easy for that to pull right out of that single stitch over there, and then it pulls in and it draws in. So by not removing the fabric on the outside, you don't have to worry that you clipped into the stitch and it will not draw in. And since you're not stitching that area until the last part, it's not an issue. It's just a little bit of a security feature to make sure that everything stays looking perfect.
You want to pop over here?
I can.
Just for a second. So this is the particular wall hanging that we're working on. So there are the stars right there in the middle. There's these really cute stamp guys. There's the letter box. And then we've got another stamp, nice little word guy there. The box that we're working on, the gift box there. And then there's a letter going to Santa down there. So I think I'm going to reverse the pink and the green in there. So my background, I'm going to do a green. I don't know which green yet. I haven't decided.
Right.
And then my stamp outline, I'll do in pink because that's a lot of pink for me.
Right.
But, you know, overwhelmingly, this project does have a lot of pink in it. So
Right.
I'm going to change that up just a little bit and make that a little bit of an alternate there.
Yeah, you could also like change the background fabric to pink and then do like a white something, maybe a little white polka dot for your stamp.
Yeah, sure.
Or for your envelope.
For the envelope.
So,
so that it's not,
right. So
because that would be a lot of green right next to green too,
Right.
because of the outline of that one there. So I don't know. I'm going to play with that. That's a little too much pink for me.
Yep.
But I do like the pink plaid behind it,
Mhm.
which has both green and pink in it, which is always nice.
Yep.
So that's why I needed to leave some pink in there to pick that up. But
Right.
yeah. So those are this particular project and how that all goes together. I have one.
Marilyn says she loves the stamp look. She's old enough to remember 25-cent stamps, maybe even 4-cent stamps. I do remember 25-cent stamps, but I do not recall.
I mean, do we get to count postcard stamps?
Right.
Sorry. I got some of those in my drawer at home, I think,
Right.
that never got used. But yeah, so very, very cute project. As long as that's going to take a hot second to stitch, we can kind of show some pictures.
Pam is asking, what size is that mini? I think the one you were just
The
showing.
finished,
Yes.
That's a good question. Does it say? Let's see. This, is that right?
Sounds right. 10 by 18.
10 by 18 is this particular, when it's all done. The square that we're stitching, so I'm just reading off of here. This quilt measures approximately 10 by 18. So we talked about buttons. You can see the buttons that are placed there, and then there's the little rhinestones that you'll go over top of your berries and things like that. So this one is, I was looking to see, I don't think I printed the front cover. Maybe there isn't a front cover. Nope, there isn't a front cover to this because we don't have the book. We just have the instructions. So there is the Sending Holiday Wishes, which is what we're doing. So I knew there was a bigger picture of that.
Yeah.
A little bit better, maybe. So that is a stitched out image of that versus just a digital reprint. And what else we got? Holiday Kisses and Quilty Wishes. That's so stinking cute. All right, some ornaments. I'm already all out of pages, out of order, so what difference does it make, right? All right, so sewing the sections together. I was looking for that finished size here too. But that'd be too easy, wouldn't it? Oh, here we go. This particular one finishes out to 12 by 16. And this is your finish. So you have ornaments down the side. You have a tree, a cute little border guy there. And then it says that one that I read off, Holiday Kisses and Quilty Stitches. That little guy there. That is. And then there's the gingerbread.
This gingerbread is going to go really cute with the new event.
It will. So it definitely will coordinate if you are planning, or maybe you hadn't thought about that. It will coordinate beautifully with the new event that we have coming up. So you've got cute little house, 2 houses, little boy, little girl, and then a nice little border around that. And I'm guessing this one's like 12 by 12, but I could be wrong. Can you see that? Am I blind?
Nope.
I'm just blind. I can't read. I don't know that it's that big because it says square the block to 4.5 by 4.5.
So 4, 8.
So 4, 8. Yeah.
10, 12. Yeah.
12 with the border. So 12 by 12 with the border for that little guy there. Gosh, it's just really cute. And then there's just cutting and whatnot information. So here are the
printables, right?
Printables. And you know, they show them being framed and that kind of thing. So you can use them however you would like. And then there's the, I don't know if I brought those. I might have like the beginning pages.
We don't usually print out the first.
No, I meant the other project that we didn't do. I don't know if I have that over here. Like the very beginning of the pages, I think those are on my desk that show the other project. This is just cutting. I thought I had it all, but
I wonder if I can
you just pull it up.
work. Let me see
Just gonna work some magic.
if I can.
Little Miss Fancy Pants. Excuse me.
Here's the.
Oh, thank you. So the actual Quilty Little Christmas. Oh, well, like I said, my pages are so mixed up. You've got actual little quilt square pieces. You've got some snowflakes. So here's little squares that are being stitched. You're going to have the velveteen as the background there. So you've got background of velveteen, and then you stitch on top of that, and you get that cute little look. And there is the actual square that says, have yourself a quilty little Christmas, that has a, I don't know if it's pieced or it looks more like applique, kind of like the border that I just did.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what it is. It's appliqued. And then here's a actual picture of that square. Have yourself a guy there. Super cute. Again, we're still in the stamp theme. And then you've got just some four patch, but this one has your snowflakes, the Quilty Christmas, some border, the velveteen patch, a large quilt square, and then some 4 patches, and that is the Quilty Little Christmas piece. One thing, because these are the smaller ones, your backgrounds are actually, I'm sorry, not backgrounds, backings are part of the
Kit.
fabric bundle. So you do get the actual background piece. I keep saying that, backing piece, I'm so sorry, in your fabric. So you've got that. All right.
It's very cute.
You want me to just stay here? Or?
It doesn't matter. I can go to the other one. It's adorable.
Super cute. Can you see it okay? Or I
Mhm.
can't reach much farther.
Yeah, I can put it on the other
Let's do
one.
this one.
It's really just a touch of the button for me.
Just a touch of the button.
It's
So
adorable.
there is the 25-cent. Our little holly leaves, which again,
It's what? Oh, for
We're-
us?
Yeah, for the old dance studio.
Oh, wow.
ooh, I used to love those. That was like the best day ever. So we just got, I don't know how many of you guys know the side of the store that is off to the south. It used to be a dance studio. Well, we just got delivered costume books.
Mm.
Those are expensive. So I'm a little surprised. I wonder if that's like a normal thing, or
If it was in,
like we just never see it in, like Jean got them before.
I came like the FedEx guy.
That's weird.
Yeah.
That's very weird. Anyway, so sorry. That's just really funny. But that was like when the costume books came at dance class.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody wanted to dance. We just wanted to go through the costume
Costumes,
book.
yeah.
So yeah, I might open that. We'll see. So yeah, we've got the holly with the berries. And again, you're going to have little rhinestones that you can hot fix onto there. Then you have your stamp outline there.
Super cute.
So cute. Absolutely darling. So again, we put that tearaway on there to make sure it stayed nice and flat. Like I said, it practically perforates itself. I can, with just a little bit of effort, probably get that out of the middle if I care. I don't know if I care. I think I'm just going to leave it there. But we've got that extra support in there. So this is completely flat. There is absolutely no push
Yes.
at all. So for sure. Ta-da! And we just trim out to this particular one finishes at 4.5 by 4.5.
Yep.
So that's it.
The thread that we use for the 25-cent is exquisite
Red.
ES 187.
Yep.
So just
It's probably one of my favorite reds in their line.
Yep,
I
and it
use
is
that one a lot.
in one. It is in our SNL
It is
bundle.
in our SNL kit. So if you are a thread club or
I was gonna say thread hoarder.
or that. So both the 950, the 187, and the pinks. The pink that I used, I think it was 302, 305, 302. I lost it. Oh, it's up there.
302.
It's on the machine. Like, where'd it go? 302. Those are all in the bundle. The only one that I pulled that hadn't been used was the money, and that was
963.
Sorry, 963.
You want to borrow my glasses?
I just took them off. That's the sad thing. I didn't know I was going to need to read again. Oh, I think I'm off tomorrow. I need to recoup. Maybe wash my eyes out so I can see a little better. And then the little star borders, I used that red and that same pink, but then I used color 506, which was already an add-on color. So if you are a thread clubber, then you could get that at the discount.
Slash hoarder.
Then you could get that one at the discount. That was the only color that was really different. So just added in money.
Right.
Because everybody likes money. Right?
Everybody likes money.
Everybody likes money.
Yes. Thanks everybody for joining us for our almost 5-hour long stabilizer.
Oh,
We went. It was a lot of fun.
I gotta tell you, I was about floating by the end of that. I drank all that water while we were talking, and I was like, "Oh."
Yeah, it was. We went for a while.
We did. So thanks for sticking it out.
And bundles are ready. I know as we're packaging everybody up, they've been contacting people. Everybody who
should have gotten the email with the bonus files if you did get one of the bundles.
Yep.
And if you just registered, you should have gotten the email with the recipe cards there as well.
Yep. Somebody asked if the link to the thread bundle on our website.
Oh, sure.
So I'm gonna see if I can find it. So here's this.
We need to get that.
Where is it?
Under, I don't know. I would type in SNL under search and see what you get. Stitching, that's right.
Yeah.
Type the word stitching. Oh, we can't. You want me to get it? I'm sorry. I keep forgetting that. You can't like hit a button and talk at your
I can't even
CH.
Thank you. I can't see what is it popping up? There it
is.
I
See, I would have been over there touching your screen because mine's
I know, right?
touch screen, and it's funny once you get used to that. It's like,
here is
the link.
The link
to find that on our site. I know we do have at least one in stock.
Yes.
We don't generally keep like 20 of those in stock because, I mean, at first they went really fast.
Yep.
But, the bulk of, it's always great to have new people.
The bulk of people have.
So what that is, for any of you who are like, that's really great. What the heck are you guys talking about?
Right.
The Stitching with SNL thread kit, which puts you into that club.
Right.
When you purchase that.
Which is called Stitching in Style.
Stitching in Style with SNL. And what that basically gives you is the starter kit that was picked to coordinate with fabrics. Mm-hmm. So not a particular project. So it wasn't it wasn't so delightful, or, it wasn't a specific bundle that they coordinate with. They go with the fabric.
The Kimberbell basic fabric.
The basic fabrics.
People are like, what fabric?
Sorry.
The fabric.
The fabric, of course. But yeah, so it coordinates with Kimberbell basics. And what we realized were, there was new colors with each different new release, but there was a core of the same colors being repeated because they kept using basics. And so we'd come up with a thread kit that goes with this new release, and you already had half of what was in there. So instead of keeping...
Right. And then everybody wanted to exchange the 12 colors.
Yeah, can I get something else? No, that's not really, it doesn't really work like that. So what we did is we came up with this wonderful bundle, and you get them at a great price when you buy in. And you also get a coupon code that's a secret code.
Yeah.
That allows you to refill those colors also at that discounted price. And when we come up with a new color, for instance, money will get added to the list. So you'd be able to buy money at that discounted dollar amount as well.
Yes.
So that's how that works. And we try, we don't get everything stitched here. We try, but you guys know we got lots going on. So when we go through, if there are new colors that are needed, we will add them into that. So that becomes part of the bundle, and you'd be able to use your code online and get those at a discount.
And it won't be the basics like black and white and I think
we have a cream in there, but we never put black and white in any of our thread kits, and we never will.
Right.
So Our thread kits are in general discounted pretty well. And by adding black and white, that kind of be shooting ourselves in the foot on that one. So we figure you already have them anyways.
Yes, absolutely. So that's what our thread kit is. And that is what we found that just works a little
Yeah,
bit
it seems
better.
people seem to
And
think
it's,
that's a good thing.
yeah,
So.
it's a nice smattering of
Oh, there's
stuff.
it. I mean, it's even if you're not a Kimberbell person, it's a great color assortment. At again a great price. So
Yeah.
it allows you to really and refill also. So it's not just the initial buy-in. You can refill each individual spool. You don't have to buy X number of spools to get that discount.
Right.
You just use your code when you check out, and
Right.
boom, it works.
Yes.
So we'll have to add money.
Yes. Money
Money,
needs
money,
to go
money.
in there. Yeah,
Yep.
for sure. So that's how that works.
That's how that works. So thanks if you made it all 5 hours. Last Wednesday, that wasn't the plan. We thought it would probably be 4.
Yeah.
We didn't think that it was going to be 5, but you guys had such great questions. Of course, we weren't going to be like, no, we're not answering that. We got to keep going.
Got to keep on schedule.
But yeah, so thanks for hanging with us through that, and for all the interaction, because that, of course, it's great because you guys look at things differently than we do too. So it's always good to have feedback and things during that, because somebody else was thinking the same thing that you asked and they just didn't want to ask. So it's always good to put those questions out.
Absolutely.
So thank you for that. And I can't wait to make the rest of this. I am super excited. All I got to do is find some time.
Yes. And Lisa has
I do have a
Scan
scan
and
and cut
cut
class
on
on Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah.
so if you are itching to do some
So
layering,
we
it's
are-
really cool.
If you guys have seen the Boo sample that's over in the scan and cut area, we're basically going to do the techniques to create that. And there's some new files in there this year. Actually, I do believe I'm going to add a couple more. So there's the, she really does listen to us, doesn't she?
She does.
Maybe not. And there's 3. There's a beach scene, like a sunset beach scene. There's a sewing machine that's a little bit different than what we normally look at from a layered perspective, but I want to talk about that. And then there's a layered sewing machine. So I'm going to, I think, I've got a new Halloween, and I have a cute little penguin with Christmas lights wrapped around him that I think I'm going to add in. So there'll be a couple bonus designs as well. But the main thing with that is actually using Canvas Workspace to make that readable. Because when you get something that has multiple layers, it tends to just show up this big black square in your screen, even, and I don't mean the selection screen because that's not uncommon, but when you actually bring it in, it's just this big black mess of, you can't tell what's what.
What's what. Yeah.
So we're going to go through all of those steps in Canvas Workspace desktop and show you guys how to pull out the layers, save them individually, and make that super easy and user-friendly.
Yes.
So that is this Saturday. We start at 11. It'll take a couple hours.
Virtually or in person.
So you can come in store, you can sit at home, whatever floats your boat. It's there's no kit this time because I figured there's so many people. It's hard to ship paper and not have it damaged. And if it's damaged, then it doesn't work very well. So I decided that I would give you guys all the information of what you need, and then like what kinds I use and that kind of thing. And then I will show you how to do it all.
It will not be online later. It is a pay-for class.
It is a paid-for class. So it's a $20 class. You can use your
if you
coupon.
punch cards.
If you have a punch card, you can use that, which basically would make it free because there's no kit. So it's just the $20, or with a coupon, it's prepaid free. And then you can record.
Yes.
But I do not record and post because that's not fair to the people that paid for the class.
Right.
So there you go.
So it
I'm
will be
excited.
virtual, but it will not be something that is recorded and posted.
Yeah, it's not like this. It's a paid class, and to keep that fair to those that paid for the class, we make sure that that is a private piece. But you can save it for yourself for future reference if you would like to.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
I think that's everything.
Mhm.
All right. Well, thanks for hanging. Hopefully you guys like the Quilty Christmas as much as we do. And if you have any other questions about the sublimation or the print moda, we're happy to answer those on an individual basis as well. And we'll make sure that was Marilyn, right?
Yep.
We'll make sure that we send you that info, Miss Marilyn. So
Okay.
thanks for hanging. We will see you guys next week.
Yes.
And
Multi-needles.
Multi-needles is next
Multi-needle
week.
madness.
So that's about right. All right. Bye, you guys. Have a great week.
Bye.
Bye.